Hi and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back once again to Technology Information Channel. Today I am going to explain the journals type of key switch wiring, charging alternator wiring, and glow plug wiring. How to understand the basic. Before I made some videos on these topics, but now I want to briefly explain with my viewers and my subscribers. Before the starting the video, I have a small request to all of you. If you are first time my channel, please make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the bell notification to getting more latest update videos about the electrical and electronic engineering, basic teaching, understanding, basic problem solution and wiring, and many other type of problem and their solution. So let's get started. The key switch. The key switch is very common and very widely used in a diesel engine or gasoline engine, but this is the very important to understand the wiring of the key switch. Some key switch have 3 wires, some key switch have 5 wires, some key switch have 8 wires. Color codes may be different, but you understand the basics. How the key switch work and how to install and how to rewire the key switch to the engine to control the engine start stop, to turning on and off the glow plug, and to turning on the accessory, etc. So let's get started. This is our key switch backside, which have terminal out. One terminal is look like that. 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 Every terminal is mentioned with the let's mean B plus. Let's auxiliary. Let's start. Let's M. Different types of ignition key switch have different type of pinout for the specific engine and specific car and generator, etc. First of all, you need to know the basic of the key switch, how to wire in the key switch to the system. One is accessories. So let's get started. First of all, you need to control the like a radiator fan, like a radio, like a glow plug, like a fuel stop, solenoid, starting coil, starting motor. This all devices, accessories need to turning on and off with the relay because this is the high amperage devices. You cannot control this directly through the key switch. The one problem is blowing the wires, problem heating, and one is blowing the accessories. Therefore, you need to use for these type of accessories like a headlamp, to turning on and off with the relay switch. Okay. Now we move to explain the how to connect the relay with the key switch. This is our key switch. One is accessory, one is B plus, one is auxiliary. For example, first of all, here is you have a battery negative, battery positive. Negative is directly going to the engine chassis ground. You need to take here from here wire pass out through the fuse, then pass out through the circuit breaker, then going to give the B plus point. Okay. After that, accessory. Accessory means you first of all for turning on the engine, the fuel fuel stop solenoid turning on, or something engine light, headlight, headlamp, and or radio or radiator fan. This is your, for example, this is for example your fuel stop solenoid. Two wire fuel stop solenoid, like in a parking engine, Kubota, and so many others. Whereas you have relay. Relay have 4 point. Two for relay turning on, and two for normally open going to the normally close point. This one side is the relay ground. You need to connect this one side of the relay, negative and positive. And this another side you need to give the one wire from the accessory to the relay positive point. And you need now to take the load from the battery positive, like this one, and give to the normally open, and out to give to the fuel stop solenoid. And fuel stop solenoid one side is grounded. When you turning on the key switch on accessory position, the key switch say take 12 volt from here to give to gear, and this sent to the relay energize, and the normally open point is normally closed, and then this point, if this close, this give to the 12 volt to the fuel stop solenoid, and this fuel stop solenoid coil is energized and turning on the fuel. Okay. Now wiring of the glow plug. This is our key switch. Auxiliary, B plus, accessory. First of all, here is our relay. Here is our battery, and here is our glow plug, which is mounted on a cylinder head. Our relay have 4 points: negative, positive, anode points. First of all, this is already this is ground. First of all, you take positive from here out in a fuse, then CV. Maybe this fuse 60 amps. It's depend on the engine size and glow plug size. Circuit breaker 60 amps, and then get out from here, take to the battery positive. Okay, when you turning on the key switch on counterclockwise, this positive connected to the auxiliary, and auxiliary get out 12 volt to the glow plug relay. The glow plug relay one side is already grounded. The normally open take from here you one wire give to the normally open one side. When the relay energize this close and send 12 volt to the glow plug, the glow plug bodies is already ground with the in the cylinder head. The glow plug is turning on. When you release back the key switch, this relay 12 volt is disconnected and relay is turning off. Then you counterclass clockwise, you rotate the key switch to clockwise. This going to the this B plus going to the S terminal. The S terminal sending 12 volt to the starter relay, and starter relay normally open point is going to normally close and send 12 volt to the starter motor S terminal. Then engine cranking over and finally start to start. This is the basic key switch wiring of the different types of engine. Now, I hope you understand the key switch wiring. Let me explain once again. This is the key switch. Accessory means radiator fan, stop solenoid, in a car, radio, headlight, and so on. Aux means glow plug, etc. You can use this auxiliary for the any type of purposes. When you rotate the keys, ignition key switch and clockwise position. Okay, and this is the S terminal. This is for only starting. B plus, that's mean only the battery positive. Let's need to give battery positive to this terminal. Then this key switch distribute this 12 volt to the different position to the different devices. Okay, this is the key switch completely wiring. I hope you understand the key switch complete wiring. Now let's move to the charging alternator. Charging alternator have B plus, W or L, IG and S. This need 12 volt or 24 volt system voltage. You take 12 volt from the starter motor battery positive point and give to the B plus. To this charging alternator sending charging through this wire to the battery. The charging alternator body is ground. The charging alternator body is ground. This W and L is need to give the warning lamp. If the charging alternator is not working, it's glowing to you your dashboard light or your installed warning light for the charging fail light. This needs the ignition hot wire to the charging alternator. Some charging alternator have two wires, some charging alternator have three wires, but I explain all of wire from the any type of charging alternator. This is the S terminal is sensing voltage. If the battery voltage is reached to the 14.5 or 14.7, this stop the charging to protect the battery from the overcharging or damaging. Okay, now I make the diagram for the charging alternator wire. This is our like a charging alternator pulley, and this is our charging alternator. Maybe this diagram is not too good, but you need to understand the this is your wait, and this is your starter motor positive point. Take from here one wire, give to the battery positive. Okay, charging. This is ground or B minus. This is your ignition key, accessory. Give the accessory wire to the ignition. And this is your charging lamp. One side is grounded and one side is going to the W. This WL, this means when the charging alternator is rotating, this if this charging alternator in stop position, this giving grounded 12 volt grounding feeding in an off position and light is glowing. If this charging alternator is start rotating, engine start, let's stop the feeding of 12-volt ground to the warning lamp. You noticed if this continuously feeding 12-volt to the 12-volt ground, that's mean battery negative, or light is continuously glowing, that's mean charging alternator regulator problem or charging alternator failed, it's not charging now. Okay, once again listen. Sorry, this is the battery positive. The, the warning lamp one side is positive and one side is from the WL. If when the charging alternator in a stop position, the engine in a stop condition, this when you turning on the ignition key switch, this sending 12 volt to the first of all to the light bulb positive. Then this charging alternator now in an off condition, this sending ground to the light. Light is now glowing. When you crank the engine and start the engine, the charging alternator start the charging to the system. This 12 volt ground is now disconnected. The light is going to turning off. This means the charging alternator now working. If this light is glowing continuously, that means charging alternator is failed or not rotating. Sometimes the fan belt is broken. Sometimes the charging alternator regulator is failed, and that's directly sending 12 volt to the WL warning lamp, and warning lamp is continuously glowing. That means the charging alternator is failed. Now this S terminal is directly going to attach with the battery positive. This is mean sensing. This terminal is sensing the battery voltage. If the battery voltage is going to 12 volt, from 12 volt to 14.5, it's stopping the charging regulator of the alternator to protect the battery from the power charging. This is the safety for the charging alternator. So this is the complete lecture of key switch and charging alternator. So I hope you all understand in the better way. Thanks for watching my video. See you all next time and goodbye.